Hi, it's Victor from Bicycle Lab, and I'm back for another installment in our saddle video series. And I'm here with my friend Josh, and today we're talking about how your position on the bike affects your saddle comfort.
And more than just comfort, we're going to go so far as to say that more than just the design of the bicycle saddle, that your position on the bicycle itself is almost more important. So you were telling me earlier that you felt that the positioning on the bicycle in some ways is more important than the bicycle seat itself, because you had mentioned that a lot of people go through a ton of different bicycle seats and never find the correct one.
Yeah, I call it saddle roulette. And what that is sort of something I came up with that people will go and buy, try 1, 2, 3, up to, I've seen people use 16 seats.
That's a lot of seats and a lot of money too.
Yeah, and well, a lot of times the shops will have loaners, but still, if you have to go through more than 2 or 3 seats, usually there's something wrong. People go about saddle selection the wrong way. They buy the seat because they're looking at the cushioning or the features or whatever. And what they neglect to do is look at their position and specifically their pelvic position when they're on the bike.
Yeah, well, it's interesting you mentioned pelvic position because there was this research study over at the University of Wisconsin, and they looked at how the relationship of low back flexibility to pelvic position impacts rider comfort and things like that. And what they found was that the riders that had more low back flexibility tended to sit with their pelvis more upright. So they were trying to get their sit bones more in contact with the seats. But the riders with less low back flexibility tended to make up for that by rotating their pelvis far forward. So they ended up having more pressure on the front of their perineum where all those arteries and nerves are that causes all the trouble.
Body has only so far it can bend, and when it gets to that limit, you're going to turn your pelvis forward and put more pressure on the front of the seat to get in that position. Think about this, is that your handlebars may be too far, they may be too low, and that could be causing your pelvis to rotate.
Well, I'm always telling riders that they need to stay over the rear of the seat, what I call the rear support surface. It's the widest portion, usually it's the flatter portion of the seat. And riders really shouldn't be riding on the nose anyhow. But a lot of times I'll find that they are riding in these bad portions of the seat that aren't really designed to support the pelvis. So I tell them to move where they get better support, but you're suggesting not to move the rider to the seat, but to move the whole bike to the right.
Yeah, because you can't consciously, for over long term, position yourself on the seat. If you're trying, you're kidding yourself. If you're getting on a bike and you think anybody can position themselves, put the bike on the trainer, and you can say, oh, okay, this is how I should be sitting. Yeah. But in reality, once you get on the road and you get fatigued, your body's going to go wherever it wants to go. So my argument would be if you're sitting on the front of the seat constantly, there's something on your position and actually possibly your fitness in your body that's not allowing you to stay in that position, and that needs to be addressed with through a professional bike fit, probably.
That's a great point. So the take-home message here is to, if you're having saddle issues, first take a look at your bike fit, and then check to see how your bike fit is dictating your pelvic positioning, and then just set up the bike fit so that you're in a better position on the saddle, and then to take a look at different saddles after you get to that point.
Yes. Sounds
good.
Okay, so thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the videos. There's actually several other videos in this series, and make sure you go and check all those out. Oh my God.
Right? You gotta take this out.
No, I'm not taking it out. Yeah.